Well, it's official. We turned on our furnace last night. It has officially changed seasons. And oh my goodness, it's gorgeous outside today. But windy. But one of those days that it's nice to be out in the sun and do something, maybe active, maybe not. I think of fleeces and sorting and working on raw wool during this kind of weather. And in truth, there may be that happening in the next week or so because Thursday is when I leave to go to SAF on Friday. And there should be fleeces there. I'm quite excited about that. I have 3 alpaca fleeces. Remember in the spring when I went to shearing? When they sheared the alpacas? Well, I pulled those 3 fleeces out today. I did the typical thing. I got home, I got busy, I did something else, and I put them aside, right, and figured that I would get them later. And getting fiber dry that I wash in the summertime is a little harder with the humidity. We do run an air conditioner here. It is possible, but I like doing fleece washing, any kind of fiber drying during the winter. Now, washing a skein of yarn is different. That you hang up and it eventually dries. I had some that were a little slow to dry during the summertime, some of the bigger skeins that I've been making lately. But for the fleece to dry good, it needs a good spin, and then it needs to be out where it gets a lot of air, and with the furnace blowing, it's even quicker. Now, alpaca is harder to dry. It's, I don't know, it doesn't spin out as well. I can do it the same process as I do the wool, but alpaca doesn't necessarily want to dry as quick. And what I got is Surrey, and that's totally different than the other breed of alpaca also, as far as it's silkier, slicker, and it seems to want to hold the water more. So I got a challenge ahead of me, but I'm not going to do it until I get back from SAF. And I hope that I hold myself to that by putting it on my to-do list pretty far on the top there so that I pay attention to it because I don't want to let it go by too much longer. I have one thing that I need to do, and what do they call it, an errata? My senior citizen brain, sometimes it's interesting to live with a senior citizen brain, and you guys just have to put up with it. Okay, so I have been spinning 2 fibers that look very similar in their dyeing. One was the Hobby Lobby acrylic, 90% acrylic and 10% wool. And it looks like this. This is already spun out, okay, and I'm knitting on it. Okay, so that is the acrylic. And what is currently on my Ara bobbin right now is natural 100% merino. Where's my camera? Sorry about that. Focus, focus, focus. All right, this is what I'm spinning right now. And I have been saying that it is more of the acrylic, right? Because, and in fact, in the last stream, I said, oh yeah, you know, this fiber that this yarn that I'm knitting out of, it's from this fiber. That's where the errata was, because it's not. It's acrylic. This is merino. I'm spinning merino right now. I have, sorry, turned away from the mic. I have 1 bobbin done. I'm going to finish up the other bobbin today. I had hoped to be already finished with the other bobbin so I could ply it. Plying is going to happen Wednesday morning. So I have other things planned along with it. Some of it is knitting on the acrylic that looks like this. And yeah, it is easy to get them confused. So I will try and keep my brain straight as I'm talking today about which fiber I'm talking about. Okay, I said there'd be some show and tell, and I may do this later in the stream when there's more people. This, I do a
To
lot of this
live is
stuff
to
in the
ask the big
beginning
questions like,
because
whoa,
there are,
how
I
fast
think,
was that
people
serve?
who
98 miles per
watch
hour.
the,
Wow. How far was that drive? Nice. Are you
okay, the people who watch the VODs, video on demand, that are posted on Twitch, a lot of times they'll catch the first part, maybe some of it, but they don't watch the whole thing. And so a lot of times when there's something that I consider the most important thing that I want to get across and talk about, I go ahead and put it at the beginning here like this. So while I've got that thought, this particular video on demand may not get published. And the reason is because I am using music today that is on YouTube. It's called Autumn Season Bossa Nova. It's jazz, it's piano. I am so tired of pretzels, same music. I am tired of Twitch muting my stream, even though I am playing music that quote unquote pretzel guarantees won't get muted. So, if this whole thing gets muted, I'd rather have the whole stream muted than have a 3-minute segment of a 2-hour stream muted, because that is so annoying. You listen to a stream for an hour and 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you can't hear what I'm saying for 3 minutes because of whatever song Pretzel was playing. And that's very annoying, believe me. It's annoying to me. Those, when they happen, I still, of course, I publish them. They're still on Twitch. They'll be there on Twitch until, Twitch decides to get rid of the stream in its normal course of way. Okay. And then if I want to, I'll put it up in my channel on YouTube to save it. And I can either make that public or private. And I usually save it just for my benefit, make it private, nobody else can listen to it, and the annoyance has gone away. In this particular case, if they decide to mute the whole stream or just big chunks of it, I won't even publish it on Twitch. So it's okay with me because these are so different than podcasts. Podcasts that I have done for 13 years still has information that is relevant to a beginning spinner now as they learn to spin, right? They're teaching podcasts. The information is relative, even though 13, 14 years has passed. These streams are not really. I do current projects. I repeatedly do the same thing over and over on streams because it takes that long to get the project done. I talk about whatever's happening in the day. I am not teaching. I'm not going through the process of how to dye a fiber or the process of learning how to comb a fiber. I may mention it in passing. I may do a little bit on a stream, and sometimes I make clips of that if I feel it might benefit other people over the period of time because they don't get rid of the clips. So, see the difference? These are just for the day, for the week, for the month, for whatever. And they are semi-current, and then that's it. So I don't really care whether I publish them or not. I put all my love into the podcast. I put all my fun into the streams, if you understand. Podcasts are a lot of work for me. Not only the researching and making it flow well, but there's a lot of editing, which I don't do on streams, uploading, that sort of thing, pictures. So, yeah, I put a lot of love into the podcast. And by the way, if you're interested, you can go to my channel on Twitch at Yarn Spinner's Tales. There's a link there that'll take you to the podcast page. And there's player right on there. Or you can find me in not only Stitcher, but the main podcast, the main podcast thing. Boy, there we go. Big old senior moment. Go to my channel on Twitch, Yarn Spinner's Tales. Click on podcasts, and from there you can iTunes. That's what I was trying to think of. You can find them on iTunes. It's very easy to find on iTunes. There we go. It only took 30 seconds. Not too bad. Okay. So, podcasts, if you really want to go into some in-depth learning of different topics, and stick around today for just some fun chat, good music, and a little bit of spinning and knitting. We're going to do both today. But first, see that pumpkin back? Did you know that was a pumpkin back there? That's what I'm going to show you. I said there'd be show and tell. All right, this is a little pumpkin. No, it's not a beanie hat. It won't even stay there. It sits. That's its bad side. This is its good side. All right. It's crocheted. Took me about, I don't know, just a couple hours to do. Very, very quick. It is done on a size K crochet hook. And I'm going to show you the hooks because they are also show and tell. Get stuffed. Make your little thing here. Your little stem. And it came in a kit from Mary Maxim. So, the pattern looks like this. I'm going to, as you can see, I've made the little one. I've got yarn to make the other two. Not traditional Halloween colors, are they? But very traditional. I like them for fall colors. And they're kind of like background colors, right? You have your other oranges and yellows and whatever. If you're decorating, these are nice year-round background colors that could stick in with even if you're decorating for Christmas or whatever. So I liked the colors for their neutrality, if you want to go for that. The bag was mine, but the yarn came like this way. I've used one skein to make that little pumpkin. The medium is this gray right here, and the white is that. So it's fun. It's so much fun. So I'm going to leave this pumpkin sitting over here. I'll leave it sitting there. I'll show it periodically. I may not show it, show the pattern and all that. All right, let's bring some music back because they were doing an ad, and it is one thing I'm going to have to watch for. I notice also this music seems louder than when I'm using Pretzel. When I have it, I may have it too loud, right? Because Pretzel is, I never can hear the music. That's another thing that, boy, I'm just full of rant today. You know, I have it where I can't hear it. So if I set this just to where it's nice background music for me, hopefully it's not too loud for you. I will not be able to determine that until I listen to the video after this is all over. Okay, I was going to tell you about the hooks. Cool. All right. This is the hook I use. Oh, I'm having trouble with the camera today. And look at my hair just all over my face today. All right. This is rosewood, I think. But the way I'm going to check, double check, is this wonderful wood box. Opens up with a velvet lining. And it has a card on here, handwritten. And the K is Honduras rosewood from Central America. These are all wood turned, made by this gentleman. They are, I'm going to take them out when I change cameras, but I wanted you to see the case and everything, right? They are from, the smallest is an F, and the largest is a K. So it's, you know, each size in between. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to show it on the other camera though, but I wanted you to get to see the effect of the whole thing. It was made by turnofthecentury.com. I don't know if he's still actively making anything, or, and I'm going to look him up online here in a minute and see if he is. But there is something magnificent about crocheting with hand-turned wood, and the design on that is just gorgeous, isn't it? It's right back here. It just makes me so happy, and it's so pretty. I'm going to switch my body here, figure out how to do this. I think go to the other camera. And give you a close-up. That's really pretty. And then a close-up of the others. Oops. Let me get in the camera there. Every single one of them is just a joy to crochet with. I have had this many, many, many years. That's why I say I don't know if he is still. Let me get what these woods are. All right, this is tulip wood. Let's get in focus there. Not too many grain things, just really pretty blonde wood. This one should be zebra wood, and it's obvious because of this stuff right here. That's pretty cool. This one is Brazilian rosewood as opposed to Honduras. Very similar to my larger one though. This is Osage orange, which is the United States, which I have an Osage orange tree. It is not on my property, but it grows right beyond my property along the road. It's dying, unfortunately, and it really isn't putting out the fruit. You can't use them. The Osage orange are not really usable, but that is a gorgeous wood. The wood is very usable. Purple Heart is South America. Once again, just plain wood, no green, but lovely. Okay, so that was the set. It came from turnofthecentury.com. I'm going to look him up real quick. I meant to do that, but you know, I could, oops. I just put my pen in the thing instead of my... Funny thing, they kind of look similar. They're both really... One's a dark purple, one's a light purple. There we go. Instead of my crochet hook, I put my pen in the back. Let me get this up. I think I got these 40 years ago. It is so unlikely. Let's see if I put the .com in there. Oh, it is still there. Fine wood turning since 1971. It's still available. They have calligraphy pens, which I love. I wonder if somebody took over the business. They do still say the same name. They have knitting needles. All right. And it's to buy. You send an email. And yes, he's still in Mansfield, Ohio. Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, I can post that link later. I'm going to finish my spinning first and then knit. And I am spinning merino as it says on there. So that is correct. Too much to divide in half here. You can't see the pumpkin from this part. That's all right. You will later. It's been kind of a planning day, fiber-wise. Although I only have 3 days. I will stream Wednesday morning. I plan to apply this that I'm spinning on Wednesday. Maybe a shorter stream than, just depends. There's not much to do. I just need to pack a suitcase, really. I don't have to take things like I do sometimes down to Mom's. I don't have to worry about anything other than clothes and maybe a few snacks for the trip. But we want to leave pretty early Thursday morning. And we're going to Helen, Georgia first. That's part of the trip for hubby, although he likes fiber fairs, but it is an Oktoberfest in Helen, Georgia. Evidently, they celebrate an Oktoberfest all month of October. That's my kind of city. Anyway, we're going there to check that out. Spend the night there nearby. Actually, right there in a place called Alpine Village.
The big questions like, whoa, how fast was that serve? 98 miles.
Okay, so I now know that the music on YouTube does ads. I could leave them up, but if I catch them, I'll put the volume down. They are brief. I will say they are very brief. There's barely a minute and a half of ads. It looks like they're coming pretty frequent, so. Too bad. See, there's just no free lunch anymore, is there? Nothing's free. That's what I always keep telling my hubby when he complains about something. There is just no free lunch anymore. Not sure there ever was. How we doing here? I need to move this. Oh, I have to go to the doctor in the morning. I have to be there at 8 in the morning. Of course, I have to be fasting because I'll do blood work. I like my doctor though, so. It is the no coffee that is making me very grumpy about it. I did listen a little bit to one of the streams where I was spinning on the aura here. I was concerned to me, the thump thump sounds really loud. But I think, other people said, oh no, it sounds very pleasant. Well, I listened to it and I know exactly what they're talking about now. It's not very loud. It's probably because it's coming from the treadles and they're way down there on the carpet too, so I felt a little better about it. the next 3 days, I'm going to be doing a lot of processing of fiber. Not on stream. Wednesday morning, I know I'll be applying this, and maybe if I can get enough time to finish up knitting the washcloth that what I'm working on today. I'd love to get both of those done by the time I go. That's the goal anyway. I need to knit on the washcloth before Wednesday stream. Knit on it in the evening because it's it's very slow. It's just, you would think it would just zip, zip, zip. I loved that pumpkin because I made it in probably 4 or 5 hours. I didn't keep track, but it went so fast. Doing the shaping, stuffing, shaping, sewing the seam, shaping it as I stuffed it, all of that was probably more fiddly than the actual crocheting. There was one thing I learned while I was crocheting. I had never done decreases during crocheting. Increase, I understood. You do 2 single crochets, and by the way, the whole pattern is all single crochet. There is nothing else. But, I'm used to do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. You increase. I had never really remember doing decreases, and this pattern has decreases too, where you go into 2 of the next back loops, you go into back loop, pull up a strand, go into back loop, pull up a strand, and then yarn over and pull through all of those strands. That's your decrease. And I'm sure anybody that crochets knows that. I hadn't done it for a long, long time, if I've done it at all. So that was interesting to learn. Not hard. And you crochet a rectangle, but it is the craziest way to crochet a rectangle, right? It's not a straight. It is not a straight rectangle. They increase on one end, decrease on the other, and then when you go back, you do that, and then for so many rows, and then you reverse it. You decrease on one end, increase on the other end, right? That's how you get that round shaping. And for those of you who have just joined me, I'm talking about this pumpkin that I made. It's a bulky acrylic, not hand spun. I got the kit from Mary Maxim. I love it. And there's 2 more. This is the smallest. There's 2 more to add yet. So what started that thought was that project went so fast, and that's very gratifying. And the washcloth is lovely to knit with because it's my hand spun. It's taking forever, even on size 7 needles. Oh man, this is cocktail music, isn't it? Oh, I want to be in a fancy dress and sitting in a cocktail lounge and listening to the music and having a lovely drink. Cheers, this is coffee. So there's a bucket list dream. Okay, I play piano. I could put up, after I practice a lot, a recording of my piano music that I could put right on there that says all rights are available, play it wherever and whenever. Oh, but see, that's not even true because I'm playing classical music in many cases, but it would have to be my own compositions then too, probably. Oh, that makes it so complicated. Never mind. I don't write music, I just play it. And I have a even bigger bridge to cross. The piano is at Mom's house, not here. Oh. Okay, so I understand the need for making sure people who make their living making music get their money, get paid for it. I understand that. I have no qualms with that, unless they put it on the internet without any indication of whether there's a licensing situation or not. I said I wanted to spin on the Nano. I have missed spinning on the Nano for the stream, and I cannot stand leaving things undone. It's going to have to wait till I get back. And of course, the first thing I'll do when I get back is show and tell. The only stream I'll miss is Friday. I will be at SAP on Friday, but I'll be back. We're coming straight back, so I'll be back late Saturday sometime and stream on Sunday. So a week from today will be SAP Show and Tell. Should I carve a pumpkin on stream? You guys carve a pumpkin? That's pretty messy. I'm not sure I want to do that. I'd clean it out first, I guess. Maybe I would paint on it instead, or draw on it. Probably not. I don't like wasting pumpkins. I buy a couple and then cook them. The little ones. I like the little pie ones. I haven't seen them this year though. Not yet anyway. I was keeping my grandson company, which is what you say when they're 8 years old, right? You don't say you're babysitting. And yesterday, and he was like, "Grandma, when's Halloween?" I said, "Well, it's about 2 weeks away." I said, "I don't know exactly what night trick-or-treating will be." He says, I said, "I assume that's what you're asking for. You're going trick-or-treating?" "Yeah." "You got a costume?" He walked out of the room. I don't think he's even thought about the fact you're supposed to have a costume. Right? It's just all about ring the doorbell and get the candy. They live on a street that they know a lot of the neighbors, so, and being a city street, not out like where I am, I have never had a trick-or-treater, and I don't hope to ever have a trick-or-treater. I wouldn't be ready for them, for one thing. We do generally buy candy, and generally we buy it, whenever it's on sale, afterwards, right, when it's on sale. I would have to do the horrible hostess thing and give them an apple. I saw the funniest thing at the grocery store. They have little trick-or-treater size of Play-Doh. I think I mentioned this before on a stream, which I think is really incredibly cool, right? But I can't imagine kids, too young, they may eat it, and too older, they're just gonna like whitewash your windows, I think. Give them a little thing of Play-Doh. The truth of the matter, you can get away with all that stuff the first year with the kids. And then after that, once they know there's supposed to be candy, you can't get away with the other stuff. It's sort of like clothes at Christmas time, right? It's supposed to be all toys, not clothes. You can get away with it when they're real young. Not when they're older. Hi, JK. Oh, I am so happy to say hello to you. I hope you are doing well. I have, of course, been watching on Discord and everything, so I know you've had some busy projects going on, but welcome. You're more than welcome to lurk. Sending you a hug. You saw the Play-Doh things, and I was like, would you give them? I don't know if I would or not. I think they're better for birthday parties. The younger kids' birthday parties. I think maybe that might be appropriate. Those little party favors. Fun. Black and orange. Is the black dyed or is it a natural? A blue face Lester. It's probably dyed. So I'm getting all excited about an advent calendar that I bought. I have no idea when I'll get it. I've paid for it, of course. And there's supposed to be 24 1 ounce. So you get to open one every day. And then, is that right? I forget exactly what it is, but a bigger thing, like a braid or something like that on Christmas Day. So I'm really looking forward to that. And of course we'll be sharing that on stream. Yes, I agree. Blueface Lester, I love. I am spinning merino right now. It is nicer. Right now it doesn't feel like it's got some of that problem of merino where it, wants to puff up so much. It is top, and I got it a long time ago. I've been stash diving. So I'm doing pretty good with merino, this braid. I love Polworth. I love Polworth. That is my absolute favorite. And then Blueface Lester is next. I know. I did fiber, and of course most of them tend to focus on yarn more, right? Which, is fine. It's just I really was not going to. No, I just wanted to do the fiber one first. It's the first time I've done it. I told hubby that was my Christmas gift. We're kind of to the point where we'll celebrate with my daughter and her family. And everybody gets gifts for that. But as far as hubby and I exchanging things, we do one of two things. We decide what we want and buy it, or we go away for a weekend, or, that's part of it. It's just to have a present necessarily specifically at Christmas isn't something we do anymore. Some people raise their eyebrows at that, but after so many years of marriage, it's same for birthdays and anniversaries. We kind of celebrate together, and that's it. This is it. This is the end of this top, and the end is kind of filled there. There we go. You finished a row long that was merino silk camo. Oh my goodness! And boy, did I struggle before the silk Blueface Lester, and that took forever. But this Blueface Lester, only spin is flying and no struggle at all. So yeah, you were having trouble with what was blended in and how it was blended, probably. Yeah, isn't it? It's so much nicer when it just. Oh, when something just spins like butter, like they say, right? Yeah. It's okay if we work it out together, Hubby and I like to travel, so that's okay for us to include that as part of it. We're going on a cruise in December into the Caribbean, so there is plenty of things that we give each other. This is so soft. This is super soft. It is not superwash though. So whatever I make out of it is going to have to be hand washed. And at this point, I don't have any plans for it. I have been looking at shawls, but not for this fiber. I've been looking at shawl patterns for the other one that I've been spinning, which is actually the acrylic. Oh no, you know what? I have a deep purple I could put with this, but I still don't think I would get enough for a shawl. Maybe a small one. Yeah, I have a deep purple that's 100% merino, just the same base. So I could have put that with this. I'm going to self-ply this, but I would make the purple solid. That's true. That gives me more yardage. I'll be able to work with. Blend was way higher than I thought with the Blueface Monster Silk. Huh. Yeah. The blend that I recently spun was merino, bamboo, and silk. And it actually spun pretty good. I didn't have too much trouble. I spun it on the Aura. I did not get as thin a yarn as I wanted, but I like what I got. Sounds lovely. Yes, I know. It's too early to get excited about it, but it is going to be wonderful. Yeah, so you had a quarter of silk instead of the 90, instead of 10%. Yes, I am pre-drafting. Hi, Thorns and Thread. Welcome, welcome. I almost missed that it was a different name because you got the same color as JK there. I am. That's what because I just used the last of it too to show you, but the original was very thick, and in order to spin it consistently, I'd like to have it thinned out. Yeah, well, I don't know on the socks, they could be luxury socks, exotic, where you not everyday socks, right? But they call them bed socks is what they call them. Now, whether you sleep with socks on or not, I don't know, but there are times in the winter where it's pretty nice to have that kind of sock on, and then I wear slippers around the house. I don't walk on them. But if it's that soft, if it's sort of luxurious, why make socks? Make something close to your neck. Make a cowl or something wonderfully soft like that. Hand mitts, maybe. I love fingerless gloves, although I do like them out of 100% wool. I wear them a lot in the winter in the house. Can't in the kitchen, of course, but computer, fiber work, a lot of it, knitting, reading.
And I really only have one pair. So I need to make some more.
When you look to read, you're moving away from the mic. Okay, thank you. When I'm facing the wheel, okay. Yeah, I know, especially if I turn over there to pick up, I know gloves and mitts are so fast. I don't knit fast. I'm not a fast knitter, so. I was just saying that about this washcloth that I'm going to be knitting on here after I finish this. I am so slow. I'm going to have to bring the pattern up too on my computer. And I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. Using a different source of music, and they seem to be louder than Pretzel. I appreciate that. I really do. I'm not real happy with my mic. I mean, you can see it's right here. Right. I bought this mic before I started streaming, and I was using a headphone mic, not headphone, but yeah, you know, and I was using it for the podcast, and I got a new computer, and I wasn't happy with the sound that was coming out in the podcast, so I bought this mic. And that didn't fix that problem, and I kind of put it aside, and then probably 4 or 5 months after I bought it, I started streaming, and I set it up when I was streaming. It works good for the stream. For some reason, it doesn't work good to be recorded on Audacity, which is the podcast software. Slow knitting. Wasn't that was a YouTube channel, wasn't it? I think you even talked about that. I mostly get really frustrated because I make so much yarn and can only knit so much and wear so much. But I'm working on that a little bit, figuring that out. You're moving away from the hot item of the moment. Well, you know, in the fiber world, is there a hot item of the moment? I guess the Nano wasn't it? Right? I really like the Nano, but I kind of wish I had, you know. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't want the Daedalus because I have the Roberta. There is no reason to duplicate that. I'm just very much fond of the Daedalus. It is a gorgeous spinning wheel. But
So is my Roberta. So, I'm happy with it. I have pretty much reached the saturation point of, I don't think there's anything I will want to buy, but I had thought that, and then the Nano came along, and of course, once I tried it at a fiber fair, I was like hooked. And I got it. So, you do have to kind of keep your eye on the hot items, right? Might be really what you've been wanting. I have two things skill-wise that I really want to work on perfecting. One is spinning with a support spindle, and the other is needle felting. Those are the two things that I am really interested in working on in the future. I know. Norway, slow TV. Okay. No weaving. We're not going to go there. I have a 4 harness, sits on a small tabletop, has treadles, loom. And I did the weaving classes in, let me think this through, 78. 70. No, might have been earlier than that. It had to be before 78. I didn't have my daughter. Oh my goodness. It's been that long ago. Okay, she was born in 78. So, yes. I loved it. I still love it, but it's just not doable, right? It's just not doable. Got too much else. So, no weaving. JK says, I'm just not feeling knitting is the newest and hottest project I'm wanting to do, the ones I've collected. Ah, yeah, I understand that. That's right. That's right. I talked to a very, very dear fiber friend yesterday. We used to meet regularly with a bunch of other people. That group, local group, fell apart. Oh, with the COVID mostly, but it was starting to be a struggle before that for everybody to get together. But I was still working for the most of the time that they were meeting. I was working, and I didn't retire until 2019. So, I got to enjoy it for a little bit after retiring, but then all of a sudden they weren't meeting, and the COVID and, et cetera, et cetera. So I only stay in contact with the friend by phone. Occasionally, she is local to me. I could occasionally go and see her. And I do. It was a COVID thing not to. But in the process of talking to her, her first question was, so what are you doing wonderful with fiber, right? Now that you're retired, I bet you're just getting so much done. And I'm like, it don't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. I can get up every day and say in my head, today I'm going to drum card that fleece. And within an hour and a half, hubby has said, well, I need to run into get such and such at Lowe's, and we're out of this, and yeah, I know I've been needing to go to the grocery store, and all of a sudden my day's gone, right? In other words, it's when you're retired, and both of you are retired, it's not like you can make your own plans because there's always another person involved. Hubby does not drive. It's not like he can get in the car and go get what he needs. So, it's a legit request. I need to drive him. It's wonderful being retired. No, not deny it. No, not deny it. It's just not what I expected. It's not going like I expected. Oh, Thorns and Threads, you changed your color just for me. Thank you. JK says, yeah, loom weaving is a bit like, I'll do it when I feel like it, but I'll knit all the time. Yeah, right. And no, it doesn't. I assume maybe you're talking about being retired, because I know you're retired from the military, right? Thorns and Thread, will you be leaving this single or ply, or will you make it into the double? Yes, I'm going to 2-ply it. Here's the second bobbin. It's already done. You can see. Pretty even there. Those two will get plied together. It'll be a 2-ply yarn. And this is it. I am on my last bit here. But I won't ply it today. I'm going to let it rest for a while. That helps it relax a little bit. There's a lot of twists going on, and it sort of settles into the bobbin and relaxes. You can let yarn rest on the bobbin, singles rest on the bobbin as long as you want, but I give it at least a day. And I'm going to give it a couple days because I will ply it on stream on Wednesday morning. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Did not dye it. I bought it this way. JK says, talking about retirement. Yes, and last year he was home all the time. That's right, because of the COVID. And now the little one, so not so productive. Yes, right. You have 3 people to work around. You have 2 people besides yourself to work with. Yeah. But I project a few hours here and there and say, no, I am crafting. Now you take the kid. And also knitting and watching her sleep is nice. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Take a little break. I'm gonna move my wheel and all that. I don't know whether I may shut the mic off. See how it goes. I don't have to move it too far here. Okay, for those that missed the beginning of it, I'm going to redo my show and tell again. And let's turn the music down just a little bit. There we go. I did a pumpkin. This is crocheted with a massive hook, and the hook is like a K. And it is commercial yarn, and it's from Mary Maxim. It was a kit. I just had a ball doing it. Took me all of maybe 4 hours, right? The worst part and most fun part was, of course, stuffing it. You sew the bottom, pucker it up, because you crochet a very interesting rectangle. It is not a straight rectangle where you go back and forth and back and forth. It
doesn't skew, but part of the pattern you increase 2 at the first part of the row, go across in single crochet, everything single crochet, and at the end you decrease 2, and you do that for so many rows, and then the next thing is you do it backwards, right? You decrease 2 and then increase 2, and it ends up a rectangle, a little bit skewed, but what you do is you take your 2 short ends of your rectangle and sew it together, and that's what this is. Then you run a thread along the long, and after you've got a tube, right, and pucker that up, pucker the top up, and then you take what you're sewing with, you want a really long thread, and go all the way down through here. That was the hardest part. I used the biggest metal needle. I was going to use a plastic, and I noticed that it was going to bend the needles, so I used a metal needle. But you go all the way down here, and when you pull down there, it makes this pucker right there. It makes it go down, look like a pumpkin. And this is just single crochet tube that you pull and shape a little bit. Let me show you. It's a pattern from Mary Maxim, and I like the non-traditional, but go with anything kind of colors, and the yarn came with the kit. And that one pumpkin is gray. I mean, it looks kind of blue to me on my camera, but it is gray. So you have gray, brown, and white, and that little one in the middle there is what I just made. I imagine their yarns are different colors. You know, like what's in the photograph looks darker brown than what they sent, but that's all right. I really like it. And the other thing I was showing was the crochet hook that I used. Which is, oh, I have to change cameras here, because I like the close-up of this. This is wood. It's part of a set. It's Honduras rosewood, and you can see how big the hook is. It's like a K. It is just glorious to crochet with, and that's why it went so fast. But oh, it's so smooth and lovely, and it's part of a set. This person is still in business, but I got this a long time ago. I'm gonna all right, that's a link to his website. I'll just do the enabling here. I don't know if he still sells them in the wood box or not. I changed it and I didn't mean to. But this is how the set comes. Wow, Ahmet Cad. I think I'll call you Ahmet. Hello, welcome. These are crochet hooks that I'm showing. So it goes in this set from F through K, and I don't know if he's still selling them in the wood. He just shows the hooks, and it's not a cart, it's not a click, it's a contact. So you know, he may or may not be selling anymore, but he's got some neat stuff. So that was my show and tell earlier, and I wanted to make sure the others saw it.
Okay.
We're gonna knit. Okay, Ahmet, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
What this is, even though it looks very, very similar to this,
That is just coincidence.
okay? This is,
100% wool. It's a merino.
and this is 90% acrylic, 10% wool.
I had never spun acrylic before. I got this.
A couple months ago and have been working off and on this on it on the stream, and right now I'm at the point where I need to find out. Being acrylic, I'm pretty sure it should be machine washable, but I want to verify that. And instead of
Making a small swatch, I decided I would go ahead and make a nice face washcloth.
for me, and it's turning out just a little bit wider. It's supposed to be 8 inches, and this is 8.5. So I'm doing pretty good as far as the gauge goes. And it has a 2-row pattern. I have. Thorns and Thread asks, have you ever spun angora from a rabbit? Yes, a long, long time ago, because I no longer raise rabbits. But when I raised the rabbits, I was showing them at the state fair. And there was always one day where the judging was all done, but the rabbits couldn't leave for another day. And that's when all the people would come by and they'd see the rabbits and everything. And so we would set up our spinning wheels and we would get our rabbits out of the cages. We kept long coats on them before they were judged. It was the summertime. The rabbits were very ready to be plucked because of the heat and the length of the fur and everything. So it was almost a relief to the rabbit to have that fiber come off of them at that point. And people just loved seeing it. The rabbit would be right there. I generally, because I had a spinning wheel in front of me, I generally had the rabbit beside me on a table. Rabbits are very cautious about height. If they're up, they perceive they're up, they won't jump. I never had one jump off the table. So, that was an experience that I really enjoyed, but I had to give up raising rabbits, so I no longer do that. I'm going to change this title here since I'm no longer spinning. Okay. And I need to get my pattern out. I haven't gotten it memorized yet.
should have it. I should have had it marked, bookmarked, but I didn't do that. There it is. It is for the patterns for cotton. But what I loved about it is it's an extremely smooth. It's knits on one side, pearls on the others. It's extremely smooth cloth, and that's what I really liked about it. I'm gonna post this pattern. But you'll have to, it's a Soho website, and you just scroll down from the link that I'm posting here. There you go. And yes, the yarn is still on the Niddy Noddy. I did that because I wanted a total yardage of the skein. After I had spun it and it was on the bobbin, I needed to put it on this Niddy Noddy so that I could have a skein of yarn. But I wanted to make my swatch and then just tie the skein up. So instead of trying to judge how much yarn I needed for the washcloth, I left it on the Niddy Noddy. Not the way I normally would recommend knitting, but it works. Definitely works. Looks like my knitting needle got, there we go. Still organized and not a knotted mess. Well, if I'm going to knit after there's so many steps, right? It'll be on the bobbin as a 2-ply, and then you put it on this to make a skein. But after I am ready to knit, I have to wind this into a ball on a ball winder. So I'm just avoiding that one step, and I can get away with it because this is an incredibly relaxed yarn. There is just no extra twist or snarl or anything to it. It is so relaxed, and it has not been washed. I'm not upset about that because the first thing I'm going to do is wash it. So this is the purl side, and the pattern is purl, slip one with the yarn in back, purl. That's one row. So the whole pattern is excuse me, I'm sorry. The whole pattern is knits and purls with slip stitches alternating, either a purl row or a knit row. Am I on the camera good enough here? This is hand spun yarn. I just slipped on the wrong side there. Do you normally wash? I'm just learning about spinning, and some like to wash and thwack. I don't know about that. Yes. After I take and tie a bunch of threads around this so that the skein stays intact, I wash it. I wash it in this form. I don't thwack. Not needed. And the hot water, I use medium warm water. I do not use hot water, and I don't go from hot to cold. That will feld it. So you keep your temp of your water, whether you're using soap, and I just use a mild, something that like soak, which is actually, you don't have to rinse out, but I do. So, a very mild soap made for washing fibers and yarns and stuff like that, and then let it dry just by air. And like I said, I roll it up in a towel and then let it dry by air. That's the process. So after that, then I wind it into the ball and we'll knit with it. But I always wash it first. That's why I mentioned it, because this hasn't been washed yet. It's kind of unusual for me. Hi, Freckled Crafts. Is spinning acrylic slippery or smooth? I'm wondering if it would be hard to work with. I found it not to be as slippery as bamboo, or what I would think. When you think of your other acrylic type fibers like bamboo and that sort of thing, your man-made fibers. When you think of that, soy, milk. Okay, there's even a difference between that, bamboo being slippery or milk not being as slippery, and this was like not as slippery as the other man-made fibers, and I didn't have any trouble at all spinning it. Now this is 90% acrylic and 10% wool, so that 10% wool probably gave it that little bit of grab that it needed, and it spun nice, no problem at all. But what I'm hoping is that this is repeatedly washable. I'm going to, be testing that with by making a washcloth. That it's not feltable, because I'm going to be putting water, soap, and using it to scrub my face. It's a gentle cloth. It's not that I'm going to rub itself on itself like you do with felting. It's definitely going to be an experiment. I have never spun acrylic until this year. I believe it actually hasn't really been readily available. I had never seen it before until I found it at Hobby Lobby. So, all right, we're gonna knit one. And then slip one with yarn. I gotta see my pattern here. Slip one with yarn in front. Hi KB, how are you, fiber friend? Hope you're having a good Sunday.
apple chip? Drying apple or frying them? What are apple chips? Because I think of apple chips in the store and they're good and crunchy, so that like they're fried. I like fried apples. That's just where you cut them up and put them in a pan with butter and sugar and fry them and eat them. I like fried apples. Dehydrated. Okay. Oh yeah, cinnamon. That sounds good. I have done dried apples too. So that's. I did never call them apple chips. Nope, I'm supposed to slip knitwise. I always want to knit my first stitch. I'm supposed to be slipping it. I keep forgetting. I really wish I had used bamboo needles. I'm not sure. I don't think I have them in straights. I only have them in double pointed. But this yarn is slippery on the metal needles. Alright, I'm going to start with a pearl one. I got to unwrap some more yarn. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. But you know, my straight needles are ancient. I probably inherited them from my grandmother. And, you know, so... And yeah, occasionally I lose one, or I might break one, or whatever. But I've never have to buy needles because I have so many sizes from after all these years and everything that I might as well just use them. I'm just stuck with them. But for this size knitting, I'm fine with that. If I'm knitting socks or whatever where I have it on double pointed needles, I like. If I have slippery yarn, I want to make sure I have wood. In fact, my double pointed needles are all wood or bamboo. Yeah. It isn't bamboo, but I don't know what that is. Some kind of resin, I think. My double pointed needles were what I got and have been purchasing over the years, along with circulars. The straights were the only thing, my grandmother knitted on. I don't think my grandma ever knitted a sock. She was into the big stuff like Afghans and that kind of stuff.
Thorns and Threads says, I have a handful from my grandmother's and a few Tunisian hooks that have not
Learned to use yet. Yes. That's kind of a up and coming craft right now. Kind of a hot craft. People are relearning it. Oh, I have an error. Do I fix it? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe. I was off between my purl and slip. That's because I was talking. It's just a washcloth. I'm not that worried about it, but if I catch it at this point, I might as well fix it. If I'm on past it, I don't worry about it. I know I have one little section where I did this.
Well, the Fiber Mage, hello. Welcome. How are you?
I haven't seen you. I told you that in my email to you. I'm so glad you stopped by. I'm not
Spinning. Go figure,
right? I'm doing some knitting. I was spinning earlier.
You're only here for a little bit, but you thought to say hi.
This is the fiber I got at
Hobby Lobby. Yes.
Yes, it is. It's 90% acrylic, 10% wool. And I'm doing a washcloth because I want to wash it repeatedly. This is my swatch. In other words, I'm doing the washcloth for a swatch. I will wash it repeatedly. See how it handles. And I'm tinking because I got off on my... It's a 2-stitch pattern and I got off. How far back do I need to go here? You can see it immediately because it's knits and purls. About 6 more stitches. Yep. I did 2 purls in a row. That's where it was. Let me double check this. Okay. Really? And it's fiber? I mean, they sell it like yarn, but it was in the yarn department and everything. Huh. That is interesting. I'm going to... I'm going to see if they show any of it. I did look one time and I didn't see anything. It is the Yarn Bee. They have different colors, but I don't know if the different color of this fiber. Now they have a chunky spiral yarn. There it is. Showstopper. There's the one I got. Oh. This says 50% acrylic, 15% wool. Okay, I don't have my label with me. I will double check that, but you are absolutely right. It does say 50% acrylic and 15% wool and 35% polyamide. I'm not real sure if I misread that on the label. I didn't think I did, but I may have. I may have. And it's a senior thing, you know? Yes, that's it. That's exactly what it is. Probably this is the same thing, and it was just a senior thing for me. Keep me honest. Keep me honest. No, I'm glad you said something because I really don't like making mistakes like that.
Yeah, KB says I spun that as well, and it was a nice, easy spin. And Fiber Mage really liked it. I liked it too. I really liked it. You've knit a shirt for your daughter with it, and she loved it. And the short time she could wear it, yeah, okay.
All right. Did you machine wash it? That's what this whole thing is all about. Is I want to find out if I can machine wash it, because they don't recommend it when you knit it out of the fiber. You know, if you don't spin it, they're not expecting you to spin it, right? They're expecting that you just knit it as that fibery type yarn. I don't know what it'd be like to knit out of it. I wouldn't mind trying it sometime, but I don't think it would be machine washable.
Okay, what I like about this, you don't machine wash any of your hand knits. Okay. KB says, I machine wash my socks all the time and they lay them out to dry.
That's what I do too. I have to make sure that I'm doing the laundry and not hubby.
Because he really doesn't know. And to be honest with you,
A number of them have
gone through the dryer and it's been fine. But they are superwash wool or, commercial yarn, right?
and
I tend to knit my socks a little big anyway, so if they shrink down a little bit, I've only ever lost one pair of socks to, it wasn't even intentional machine washing. It was just, eventually it got so tight around, it wouldn't slip over my heel.
right, it was the pattern. All right, so I like this washcloth pattern, and it has disappeared up the, I don't know, but let me get it here again. This is where I know the commands, setting up the commands would be good, but it's okay. I don't knit that much on stream, but this pattern, I like it because it has this kind of bumpy side, that's your purls, and it has what looks like, a regular commercial knit machine knit side. So it's smooth. That is my error right there. That's where I'm not taking it back, but most of the time it's supposed to be just real smooth like that. So I like that, and the way they get that to lay so nice and flat is that every other stitch is a slip stitch. So it's a 2-row and a 2-stitch pattern. You either knit slip or purl slip, right? And darn if I can get that pattern in my brain, right? I know which row's a knit row. I know which row's a purl row. It is what it is which side the yarn is on when you slip. That's what I'm constantly re-looking up. It's crazy. Can't get it in my brain.
So this should be slipping with yarn in front. I'm getting there.
Truthfully, the yarn goes the opposite side of whatever you're doing. So you're knitting, the yarn's in the back, you're slipping, you bring it to the front. It is a slow knit in the sense that you are constant. If you're a thrower like I am, you are constantly throwing back and forth. And the only reason I think I'm sticking with it is I really do like the cloth, the way the cloth looks, and I've started on it and I want to go ahead and finish it. I'm not sure I'll make it again though. You're eating soup. Sounds good. Is it chilly there? It got chilly. We finally turned our furnace back on. So is that hamburger and noodles, or is it lots of green pepper? That would be Hungarian. That's such a generic. Oh, it's 88 degrees. Fibermage says, yeah, right. It's just soup. Well-earned nap are awesome. It's coolish for Arizona. You were right about that. We are, according to my desktop, 67. So, yeah, KB, we're very close. Very close. I'm in Kentucky. Okay, we're on the Pearl side. I think I may have finally figured out the formula that will keep this pattern in my brain. I shouldn't have to bring it up anymore. Very similar to a seed stitch and yet not, if that makes sense. So I'm very excited because on Thursday morning we leave early and go down to Helen, Georgia, where we're going to an Oktoberfest for the day and spending the night, and then we're driving over to SAF. So I'm very excited about that. It's been years since I've been to SAF. I know I only went once. Hubby said we went twice. He has a better memory than I do, but I know of going once because I bought my Haldane there. And that's something I will always remember. You're supposed to be purling, Cindy, and you're knitting. Oh my gosh. I cannot knit and talk, folks. It's a given. That's a fun place. It's been closed with the COVID. But yeah, the thing about them is they have a lot of really neat stuff, but they got the big stuff, right? They got the looms and the spinning wheels and that sort of thing. That's what's fun about them. I get there at least once a year. All right, Fiber Mage, have a great nap. Thanks for coming by. I'm so happy to see you. Appreciate your visit. Stay well. Come again. Rainbow hearts. How much of this did I knit? I think I'm about back to where I was supposed to be purling. There we go. There's a purl. Okay. Yeah, I'm so excited about going to to SAF. I'm past my 2 hours now, folks. I suppose I ought to go. Besides, I truly am not doing well knitting on stream. I thought this would go better, but can't focus on it. I've had a few days like that. I don't know how people knit on streams. I'm going to keep knitting. I've got a lot of yarn off the Nitty Knotty here. I want to use that up. Then I'll stop. All right, we're knitting. I had to bring, I don't have it planted in the garden. I have it in pots. I have 3 pots of it on my porch, and I had to bring it all in. The pots are in, actually two pots. I have some of the things that, I can't talk and knit. I have some of the things that I put into a cardboard box on the porch. They're very protected, right? Close that all up, and they come back. Herbs, a lot of the herbs, I'll do that. The more hardy ones, not the delicate ones, right? But then everything else comes into the kitchen. But 1 pot of mint does come into the kitchen for kitchen work, kitchen drinks and whatever. We just did that yesterday, brought everything in. Ye dog, I got a genuine knot here. Oh, okay, now the stream is going to end. All right, so right outside my window here, my husband got the chainsaw going. Now, I'm super happy he's doing that because a great big limb came down, and he does have to handle cutting it up and everything, but he probably watched the clock and figures I'm done because he knows he's right outside the window. Probably can't hear it, but it's annoying to me. So, we're gonna get this knot out of here. Hopefully. Yeah, I lost some of my twist in the plying there. Finish this row. You have trouble with your cat eating your houseplants. That's not good. Well, thank you for the follow. I didn't see you pop in there. All right.
Okay, well, thank you. It's Dan T. I appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. And yeah, I know you can't hear the chainsaw, but boy, I can. So I'm going to go ahead and say adios to streaming for right now. I am going to stream on Wednesday morning. Hopefully, I'll be applying the fiber that I was spinning today. I will not have a stream on Friday. I normally do Friday night, but I'm going to be at SAF. And then I'll be back on Sunday. A week from today, I will have show and tell of stuff what I got at SAF. So come back then. It'll be fun. Take care, everybody. I'm not going to go try raid. I'm just going to say goodbye. See you later.